Welcome to Histology Channel. My dearest wife, hear how my journey since I left your side. We sailed from Holland on 1598 with 5 ships, aiming for Japan, drawn by tales from Derek Gerritsen, who spoke of their high regard for woolen cloth. On April 11th, 1900, we sighted Japan. Before we continue, please subscribe to our channel to support us. It helps us spread the word and create more videos for you. On April 12th, we anchored near Bango, where locals boarded our ship. We welcomed them, too weak to resist, though they pilfered what they could. Some paid a steep price later. Days later, our ship reached a safe harbor to await the great king's judgment. After 5 or 6 days, a Portuguese Jesuit and others called us pirates, stirring trouble. Their words turned the governors and people against us, and we feared crucifixion, a penalty here for theft and other crimes. 9 days after arriving, the great king summoned me. I left our sick captain and crew, traveling with one companion in the king's galley to Osaka, 80 leagues away. On May 12, 1600, I entered the king's dazzling court, adorned with lavish gold. The king regarded me kindly, making signs I partly understood. A Portuguese-speaking interpreter joined us, and the king asked my homeland and purpose. I explained we were from England, seeking trade with the East Indies, offering goods unknown here and desiring their wares. He inquired about wars. I confirmed conflicts with Spain and Portugal, but peace with others. He asked my faith. I replied belief in the God of heaven and earth. Showing him our route on a world chart, he doubted my truth about the Strait of Magellan. We spoke until midnight. I requested trade like the Portuguese and Spanish, but his reply was unclear, and he sent me to prison. For 39 days I languished in prison, expecting death by crucifixion, hearing nothing of our ship or captain. The Jesuits and Portuguese accused us of piracy, claiming our survival harmed the emperor's interests. Yet God showed mercy, and the emperor declared we'd done no wrong, sparing us. Despite their protests, after 41 days, the emperor called me again. He asked if I wished to see my countrymen. Eagerly, I agreed. And he freed me. I rejoined our ship, finding the captain and crew recovered, overjoyed to see me alive. Our goods were plundered, unknown to the emperor, who later ordered their return, but most were lost. He granted us 50,000 in coin, and after 30 days, he ordered our ship to Kanto, 120 leagues east. There near Edo, I sought to free our ship for Dutch trade, but mutiny among our men caused strife. 2 years later, the emperor declared we'd stay in Japan, dividing the money by rank. Each man received 2 pounds of rice daily and 11 or 12 ducats yearly. Japan is a vast land, its people kind, courteous, and brave. Justice is swift and impartial, with no favoritism. Disputes are settled quickly, and thieves face immediate execution. Murders are rare, as rewards of 300 sterling uncover culprits. Cities are safe at night, welcoming to strangers. Over 4 or 5 years, the emperor often summoned me. Once, he asked me to build a ship. I protested my lack of carpentry skills, but he insisted I try. I crafted an 80-ton vessel in our style, which pleased him greatly. This favor grew as I taught him geometry and mathematics, earning his trust and the stipend of 70 ducats yearly, plus rice. My former foes sought my aid, and I repaid their evil with good. After 5 years, I begged to return to you and our children, but the emperor refused, displeased. Later, hearing of Dutch trade in Siam, I hoped for a way home and asked again. He denied me, but allowed our captain to leave. The captain joined a Dutch fleet, but died in battle against the Portuguese at Malacca. I remain unsure if word of my survival has reached you. I pray this letter finds you, my wife now like a widow, and are fatherless. Children, easing my heart's grief, I'm known here as Anjan Sama along the coast. If Dutch ships come, they may find me. On June 9, 1613, we sighted land and 6 islands, steering toward Nagasaki. 4 fisher boats guided us, 2 piloting us to Hirado. For 30 reals each, a Portuguese boat, mistaking us for a Macau ship, left upon learning otherwise. On the 11th, we anchored near Hirado. Greeted by King Hoen Sama, aged 72, and his nephew Ton Sama, 22, in silk gowns with katanas. They boarded with 40 galleys. Bareheaded, their hair tied back, I hosted them in my cabin with music and a banquet, delivering the English king's letters which Hohen promised to read with Ongen. William Adams, the king's nobles and soldiers swarmed our ship, marveling at it. Overwhelmed, I asked the king to limit visitors, which he did. Some women, mistaking a Venus and Cupid painting for Mary and Jesus, worshipped it, reviewing their Christian conversion by Portuguese Jesuits. The king returned with 4 women, fair and courteous, who sang and played lute-like instruments. On July 1st, a quarrel between 2 crewmen risked deadly consequences, as drawing a weapon in anger here leads to execution of the offender and their kin. On July 8th, 3 Japanese, a woman and 2 men, were executed for an affair and assault, their bodies hacked to pieces by katana-wielding onlookers. On July 9th, William Adams arrived in Hirado after 17 days' travel from Seongo. He praised Japan's trade potential, assuring us we'd fare as well as others. On August 7th, King Hohen lent me a 25-oared galley, and with 10 Englishmen, I journeyed south to the emperor's court. We passed Fukuoka, a grand town with a strong castle, as large as London's walled city, bustling yet civil. Locals, especially children, followed us, shouting "Kore," meaning false-hearted Koreans, and sometimes threw stones, though we ignored them. Osaka, a vast seaport, boasts high timber bridges over a river as wide as the Thames, a mighty castle with iron-plated gates and deep trenches. Near towns, we saw crosses with crucified malefactors. At Surunga, scaffolds displayed severed heads, a grim passage to the emperor's court. There, the emperor welcomed General Saris, asking about England's kings and their power. I proposed a trade factory near his court, which pleased him. He granted Saris's demands and inquired about northwest discoveries, marveling at a world map showing a near route. I boldly requested my freedom, presenting the emperor's seal for lands he'd granted me. He acknowledged my service but hesitated. Finally, he granted my liberty, ending my long ordeal. William Adams died May 6th, passing his estate to his English wife and child and his Japanese family. I sent £100 to Mrs. Adams and her daughter via Captain Martin Pring, ensuring equal shares. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can keep making great content.